it's Diaza here on freebellydanceclasses.com. So in our Coffee Talk today, I'm actually answering a question from someone, and I can't remember her name, but she did ask about feet, why belly dances. She said she doesn't think her feet look pretty when she belly dances, and are there any tricks or tips to make them look better? Very interesting question, because it's definitely not one we hear a lot, or I get a lot personally. But it's a really good point, because it is definitely a part of our body that we don't worry about too much as belly dancers, because it tends to be mostly covered, unlike other styles of dance, you know, like ballet, jazz, whatever. But in belly dance, you know, we have like flowy things that usually tend to cover our feet, and so we don't think about our feet. But if you do happen to see a dancer's feet, you can definitely, I mean, they could definitely make or break a dance sometimes, you know, depending on how much attention you pay to the feet. So how to make your feet look pretty while belly dancing? Okay, well, if you happen to have your feet showing in your performance, one of the main things, of course, first of all, we have to like talk about this in two separate ways. Are you moving or are you standing? Because the way you stand in belly dancing could definitely break the dance. I totally see that. But the way you move also could slightly do that. So in general, when you're traveling and moving around, as you know, in belly dance, the most beautiful way to walk around is on your toes. And that's for two reasons. Not just because your feet look better, that's a big part of it when you're on your toes, kind of like wearing heels, you know, just like you're tiptoeing around. It definitely looks better, but it also creates a better move. And I did cover this several times in different videos before. The idea of walking on your toes in general gives you more control for your upper body motion. When you move around with your heels on the ground, whatever your feet do, it will reflect in your entire body. So basically, if you walk, if you step hard, you know, your entire body moves. But when you're moving on your toes, you can literally isolate your upper body. So if you can just create this kind of motion like this, where you bend your knees slightly, and up on your toes, just slightly, like you really don't want to see that bend. You don't want it to be an obvious bend like this. So just kind of relax, so tiny little bend, softening the knees, and then just kind of walk around. You can easily keep your upper body stable, which looks really pretty. And don't forget, also your feet will look even prettier walking this way. So definitely the toes when you're traveling. How to make your toes look, or your feet look better when you are standing, that's the other part, because you're going to be moving on your toes just beautifully, but the moment you land and you're like this, you know, you're just not going to look like a dancer. So that's the number one thing. When you're standing, please do not open your legs more than hip width apart. That makes a huge difference. So if my hips are this wide, you want to be at least standing like this, okay? So that's a main thing. That really does make a huge difference in how you look when you're standing. So never wider than the hips, just about hip width apart, okay? If you can stand on your toes, it's better. And you can probably already tell just from my stance right here. So this, bend the knees, you know, bend the knees, and then tippy toe. Looks definitely better standing this way than standing this way, okay? Standing this way looks better than standing this way, okay? So hip width apart, and preferably on your toes if you can, okay? The other thing is sometimes you don't always stand like this straight. Sometimes you have to stand sideways. Now if you stand sideways, the best way to hold yourself and your feet to make them look better is to rock the weight all on one side and then point the toes like this on the other side. And kind of, obviously you got to work with your upper body frame too. It's not all about the feet, but pointing the toes like this as you hold makes a huge difference in how you look. So this looks definitely better than this, right? You can already tell. So this versus this. So toes are the prettiest, whether you're traveling or you're standing. If you're standing, more than hip width apart is not a good idea, and if you can point your toes to the side, it's even better. So those are some of my really simple basic tips to how to make your feet look better while you're dancing, belly dancing. At least other dancers could have different tips. So give them a shot and watch your moves again, and maybe watch yourself again and see if this could make a difference for you guys. So if you have any other tips, any other ideas that you guys have tried in the past that worked for you, make sure you post them below in the comments for a conversation to help everybody else. All right. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure you check out the other videos to learn how to belly dance. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.